In the words of Philly D, hello you beautiful bastards, welcome to Asia Now. In this video, I'll tell you about an Indian man arrested in the Philippines for selling illegal substances, 3 Colombians arrested in Thailand, find out why, major scam revealed by the president of the Philippines, foreigners defrauded in luxury villa purchases in Phuket, plus much more, beginning with our fan favorite USD to peso exchange rate. Right now, $1 is equal to 59.1, so a real nice bounce back from yesterday when it dropped below the 59 mark. Here's our main story. PNP took an Indian national into custody on Wednesday, December 3rd, after he was reportedly found selling prohibited items while running his mini-mart business in Cebu City. Lalith Chilaram Sangwani, 42, was detained by members of the regional enforcement group around 2:30 p.m. in Barangay Kapunta in Cebu. Authorities recovered several bottles containing substances believed to be regulated, along with cash and other personal items. The materials have been turned over to specialists for proper examination. Officials said they had received information that Sangwani was offering restricted goods in addition to managing his store. A week-long monitoring effort was conducted under the supervision of regional officers. After validating the report and securing the necessary court order, authorities proceeded with the operation that resulted in Sangwani's arrest. So what was recovered, you may ask? Among the items collected were a bag holding a significant amount of cash, multiple bank cards, several mobile phones, and a watch. They confiscated over 163,000 pesos, along with some bottles containing what they believe to be opium. So pretty messed up to think about, an Indian national or any foreigner coming into the country having the ability to run and manage a store, but yet getting a little bit too greedy perhaps and trying to sell illegal substances. Speaking of illegal substances, something's going on out there. I'm right by the main road and there's nonsense like freaking sirens go on pretty much on an hourly basis. It's not a big deal, but when you notice it while you're filming, it becomes a headache. Next up, President Bongbong Marcos said 96.5 million pesos intended for government project in Davao Occidental was at risk after the release of the funds using falsified documents. The ombudsman confirmed collusion between certain officials and private individuals. The president said there may be big arrests coming up soon, more projects being discovered as the audit and investigation continues into flood projects. The president seems to be doing whatever he can to go ahead and try to minimize the damage this is doing to the reputation of the country and its government, and calls and protests and such, investments being pulled out of the Philippines. Might explain why the peso is almost at 60 pesos per the dollar. Who knows, but that is the latest regarding the ghost flood projects of Davao. Speaking of scams, property buyers in Phuket, Thailand have been defrauded over 100 million baht after a property agent sold them unfinished luxury villas, with local complaints allegedly stalling due to prominent politicians' land ownership ties. The agent, Chaiwat, representing Alicha Grand, misled over 10 victims who paid substantial deposits for properties priced up to 20 million baht, only for construction to halt indefinitely. Victims have now escalated the public fraud case, seeking intervention from the Government House and Central Investigation Bureau as leisurely local police efforts failed to yield resolution. That is always a major risk when you buy actually anywhere, even back home, right, in your own country. You don't really know what you're getting yourself into, because even if you are correct in your legal proceedings, it doesn't mean you're going to get the money back. They may have gone bankrupt. The person may have fled the country. It's a whole bunch of headache. Personally, if I were to buy a home in the near future, firstly, I'd have to make sure I can own the actual property itself under my name. Secondly, is, not gonna lie, I'd have to be between $50,000 to $100,000. So if the worst case scenario, I lose it. I know it sounds stupid for me to say, but it's not where it's like life change to the point where I go completely bankrupt, right? Depending on which country I'm buying it in, I may have to either take some money from the bank, like a loan or some stuff, or just pay cash, and hopefully the unit's already built. And always try to get it from a place where the developer is reputable, to have multiple projects and been in the business for a long time. Of course, never 100% guaranteed, but you do reduce your risk. Next up, the DTI Secretary Roque is once again making waves online after saying that families struggling with the price of macaroni can shift to leche flan, which she claims is available for 99 pesos. Secretary Roque added that 500 peso Noche Buena is still achievable if consumers are wise with their food choices and consider cheaper alternatives for the holiday table. The remarks quickly sparked debate on social media, with many questioning whether such prices reflect real market conditions. Others criticized the statement as unrealistic amid the continuous rise of basic commodity costs. DTI has yet to provide an official price guide to support the Secretary's claims as online discussions continue to trend. I guess you can have dinner for any price, right? If you and I split a grape and had some water for 5 pesos, yeah, sure. But we're talking about Christmas dinner, and most people say she seems to be out of touch with reality of Filipino people, as well as the cost of living these days. Next up, let's go to Thailand. Thai police have arrested 3 Colombian nationals accused of stealing nearly 4 million bahts in valuable from luxury homes, including properties belonging to an Air Force general. The suspects were detained in Prachuap Kirikan and Chonburi, Pattaya, following a major investigation. Officers seized designer goods, including bags and watches believed to be linked to the thefts. The groups allegedly bypassed security at gated communities by tailgating residents' vehicles. All 3 men face multiple charges. Really? That's your plan, to tailgate somebody into the community? Alright, maybe they won't chase you down, but the least they're going to do is write down your license plate number. Staying in Thailand and misbehaving foreigners, let's go back to some Indians. So the pictures I'm going to show you, these guys have been going around different places, public places, offering magical cures. If you've been to Thailand, you may have been targeted by people like this. What they do is basically approach you in public and say, hey, you know, I got some lotion for your hair. It's going to grow back your hair. Hey, that big belly you got there, we're going to reduce that. So basically they sell you this fake lotion, potion. We actually covered this on the channel, and by we I mean me. I talked about this a couple months ago maybe, and that European guy that paid 4,000 euros when he thought it was 4,000 baht for similar stuff because they told him his hair is going to grow back. My point is, anyone approaching you trying to sell you anything ever in public, especially in tourist places, it's going to be a scam one way or another. If not the item itself, definitely the price. Oftentimes, whenever I've been out there they try to sell me sunglasses or something, it's usually 5 to 10 times the price of what the actual item is worth. I mean, it's up to you if you want to pay for it, but trust me when I tell you, there's no magic potion that's simply going to make your hair grow back or your stomach be flattened. Speaking of which, somebody passed away from taking diet pills for like 10 days straight. I'll see if I can include the visual here somewhere. This happened in Thailand, so be sure whatever you put in your body, you know where it's coming from. And last story from Thailand, perhaps a feel-good moment, but once again involving an Indian tourist. A 32-year-old Indian tourist with a heart condition went missing in Koh Phangan, prompting help from the Indian embassy. Tourist police found him disoriented on Hat Rin Beach and reunited him with his relatives. Though he initially refused to return home, officers persuaded him to leave for medical care. He tearfully thanked police before departing, and his family praised Thai authorities for their assistance. I'm glad that he didn't end up somewhere in the ocean or back alley somewhere. He does seem to have some kind of mental, emotional problems. And yeah, glad to see a positive outcome to that story. Now time for a segment yesterday today, but first I'd like to thank a couple people that bought me a coffee. Bob Mel bought a coffee. Thank you so much, Bob Mel. Appreciate that. As well as Clember Solar. I bought 3 coffees. Advance Merry Christmas. Thanks for your daily update. Thank you both so much for those coffees. It goes a long way to ensure I continue making these videos. I do appreciate it. Now for our top comments, beginning with Free Speech Johnny. The car was moving real fast. It was moving pretty fast. This is in regards to yesterday's story for the British 75-year-old female that passed away due to a collision on the road. Not a collision, but she got struck by an SUV. Funky Monk says, for sure, the bus stank of that guy's arse. Definitely. The thing about that guy from yesterday, he talked about not having any leg room. Have you been to India, bro? I just came back a couple years ago. That place got a whole lot of people. No room for your legs or nothing. Plus, there seemed to be a lot of room in that freaking bus. Am I wrong? Because like this is not like a typical city bus. This is like one of the big vans. You can actually stretch pretty nicely. Unless this guy was like 8 feet tall. I don't know. Next up, Jess says, go look up and see how David Carradine ended himself back in 2009. Also in a hotel room in Bangkok, Thailand. I will do that. Lastly, Swiss Chef 2018 says, keep Vitaly in jail. The question is, how long is too long? And how long is enough for Vitaly and his shenanigans? I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised it took this long. I know a lot of us were hoping for Vitaly to stay in the prison or jail or whatever, detention center for a long time. However, I am surprised. I think, personally, they don't know where to send him. The U.S. doesn't want him, and I don't know if he still has a green card because it's been over a year since he's been back there. But he's still like, although he doesn't have a permanent residency, I guess if you don't have that, you can't legally enter the country, right? You got to be a tourist or something. I don't know how that works. And also Russia said they don't want nothing to do with him. So maybe the Philippines just doesn't know where to send Vitaly. I don't know about that. Anyhow, tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'll be here with another video. I'll see you guys then. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Ask your questions. Share your thoughts. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I mean, you're sitting there anyways. Thanks for watching. Bye. Next up, Jess says, go lock up.